Hey, what's going on, guys and gals, and welcome back to yet again another bad business related video. In today's video, you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we got here a tier list video. Bear with me here. I know some things in this video is going to be a little weird because, I don't really have internet right now. I'm kind of recording this on my phone, and I got to sync it up with the audio on my PC and all that good stuff. I don't even know how I'm going to upload this video. I think I'm going to have to use the hotspot for my phone and upload it, but I am going to get a video out because I need to. I really want to. Now, another thing I got to state before I get into this tier list, this is just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. If you guys don't agree with my opinion and stuff like that, then that's completely okay. When I do tier lists, I go off of the guns that I think maybe are going to be more fun to play with rather than others. So yeah, with that being said, let's get straight into this video, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully I have my face cam big enough to where you guys cannot see the guns and whatnot, but the first gun that we have here on the list is going to be the ARX here, okay? The ARX. Now, where am I going to place this gun? This gun is great. It's a great gun. I have fun when using it. The only thing I have about this gun that I'm not particularly a big fan of is that it's not revamped. It doesn't have its attachments yet. But with that being said, it's still a solid gun for me. I really do like using it, so I'm going to place this gun all the way into B tier. Also going to need to minimize this thing a little bit more because, who knows what's going into B tier and what's not. The next gun we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is the G3 assault rifle. Now, the G3, I know a lot of people love this gun. I know Outbacks right now are probably going to be like, bro, where is he going to place this thing? G3 for me, I barely use this gun. When I do use it, though, I do have fun. It's a great weapon. I don't necessarily hate the gun, but I don't necessarily enjoy it too much either. I don't know, it's kind of like a hit or miss for me, sometimes it's a good gun, sometimes it's a gun that I don't particularly enjoy using, and for that reason I'm going to be putting this gun in C tier. The G3 is definitely enjoyable, but like I said, it's kind of a hit or miss. It's definitely in the C or B category. I'd probably put it like right here, somewhere in the middle. Moving on, we have another gun here, and the other gun is the next gun we have on the list is none other than the Galil. The Galil here, this is a great gun. It's a very good gun, but another gun that doesn't have its attachments, which honestly kind of sucks. The gun overall, though, I won't lie, is very fun. It definitely packs a punch, and it's definitely not a bad gun to use. It's very good for beginners, so whenever you guys do level up to get this gun, I do suggest using it, playing around with it. Maybe you might like it more than I do. But for me, it is another hit or miss gun. It's definitely more fun to use than the G3, but definitely not more fun than the ARX, so I'm gonna put it in the B tier as well, just because it is a little bit more fun than the G3, but it isn't more fun than the ARX in my opinion. ARX just takes the cake. Now for the next gun on the list here, this one's a good one. The next gun on the list we have here, the G36C. This assault rifle, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't have to explain myself or anything. This thing, it's just A tier. Okay, you thought I was gonna put it S tier. Now, the reason why I'm putting the G36 in A tier is just because this gun is low level. It's stupid fun to use, super easy to use too, and the amount of attachments that it has on the gun and the model itself, everything about it is just amazing. Now, the only reason why it's not an S tier AR is just because of the fact that this gun doesn't perform as well as other guns, so it makes it a little less fun to use. It doesn't mean it's bad whatsoever. I still really like the G36. I think the G36 is going to be one of my only blue diamond assault rifles I'm going to get. The next one up, the next gun that we have here on the list is none other than the Scar. I cannot complain about the Scar. The Scar is literally like one of those guns that it doesn't even need a revamp. It's just good. It has those, I think it was like 25 rounds in it, and it can absolutely shred through every single enemy. It has really good irons for its base model right now, and overall, like I said, it's just a very good gun and very fun to use. And for that reason, for it not having a revamp, for it being that fun, I'm gonna put this thing in A tier as well. It seems like we're all kind of going in a line here, we're starting to, it's like all B tier, all, this one was C tier, that was the only one but it could be B tier. I'd say it's kind of on that border, so I'll count it more towards B tier. Next up, we have here what I like to call a controversial opinion. The next gun we have here is the M4A1 assault rifle. Where am I going to put the M4A1? One of the better assault rifles in the game, one of the most popular assault rifles in the game, one of the most pre-bought assault rifles in the game. Where am I gonna put this thing? Sorry, man. Now, there's a reason why I'm putting this thing in F tier. I personally think that the M4A1 has got to be one of the most overused assault rifles in this game, and I see it so often. I see a lot of people using this thing, and it's definitely not a bad AR whatsoever. I think it's like one of the, you know, it's a good AR. It's a pretty decent one, but me personally, I just don't have fun when I use it. It's just one of those things I just like, it just doesn't do it for me. And like I said, that's not necessarily like a bad thing, you know, like this is just my personal opinion of what I find fun to use with guns and whatnot, and the M4 just doesn't really do it for me. Moving swiftly on from the M4A1, we have here the Mutant assault rifle. Like, I definitely want to say, like, this thing is for sure somewhere in the middle. I don't have like the most fun using it. I also don't use it too often either, but I definitely think it's definitely not like the G3 where I could put it in between on the B and C tier. Honestly, I think I'm gonna move the G3 up to B tier, but the Mutant for sure, I think the Mutant is definitely a C tier assault rifle for me. Like I said, I don't really use it too much, so I can't really have that much of an opinion on it, but I think there is a reason why I don't use it that much, and it's just because it's not the greatest thing in the world. Moving on as well, we have here the Groza. The Groza assault rifle, man. Where am I going to place this? This is one of those guns that when it came out, it was like really fun to use for about a week, and then after that week was up, we also kind of forgot about it. I think only a select few people have blue diamond on this thing, and even if they do, they just wanted to be different and just have blue diamond on a gun that no one else cares about. That's a common theme in this game among people. But hey, if you're one of those Groza users that absolutely love the Groza and you place it S tier, sorry, man, but me personally, I don't really find this gun that fun. The irons on this thing are amazing. I know L modeled those irons, and that was amazing, but I'm going to be putting the Groza in D tier. Like I said, there's nothing really there that just like is a wow factor to me, you know. It's just there, and it's just like, to me, it's just one of the assault rifles to fill up a spot. I've said a lot of things about the Honey Badger. I absolutely hate playing against the Honey Badger. I've hated it ever since I started playing the game, because this gun was absolutely ridiculous when I started, then it got nerfed, then they revamped it, and now it's ridiculous again. So I kind of have mixed feelings on this thing, you know. I will say, like, since this is a tier list about me having more fun with the gun, and you know how good the gun is, with how much fun I have on the Honey Badger, yeah, I'm gonna say this thing is definitely a B tier for sure. Actually, I don't think it's gonna be B. I think it's gonna be an A tier. The reason why I'm giving this thing an A tier is because of how many attachments are on this thing and how many builds you could do on this. Next up, we have the AS Val. AS Val, man, this is just one of those guns that are just like, it's just another gun that doesn't really stand out for me. So I'm going to place the AS Val in C tier. Like I said, it's definitely not a bad AR or anything. A lot of, like, to be honest with you, in Bad Business, they do a really good job of balancing, and a lot of guns are usable in the game anyway. But the AS Val for me just isn't one of those guns that I don't know. It just, like I said, it's a hit or miss. The next gun we have on the list is the AN-94. I'm not even going to, like, say any words. I'm just going to place it. Our first S tier AR. Listen, man, if you main the AN-94, we can be friends. The AN-94 is just one of those assault rifles that just, man, like, it's just so good and it's so underrated. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of glad that they hid the AN-94 behind the starter pass. Out of every gun in this game I recommend you to buy first, I think the AN-94 is a very good candidate, because you're not really technically buying anything, you're just getting a pass. On top of that, you get some bonus credits, some outfits, all that good stuff, you know. It's definitely going to be another one of those ARs that get to blue diamond as well. It's just, it's a perfect AR. Next up on the list, we have here the FAMAS. Now with the FAMAS here, it's going to be a little hard to place this thing somewhere, because I feel like a lot of people are going to assume that I'm going to say the auto conversion for the FAMAS, but that's not what I'm doing. The FAMAS is a great gun, but I don't really use its auto mode. I'm being completely honest. Like, I've used it before and it's really good, but I don't really have that much fun with it. I prefer using the FAMAS in burst. So I think burst FAMAS, I'm putting it in B tier as well. And speaking about burst guns, we have the next gun on the list is the G11. Now I know this is gonna hurt some people, because there's a lot of G11 fans out there, but man, I just can't bring myself to use it. Like, this gun just isn't it for me. I can use other burst guns. I mean, you can see I put the AN on S tier, the FAMAS burst B tier. There's just nothing for me with the G11. Honestly, it's just a skill issue. I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. It's just a skill issue. I'm just not good with this thing. So I'm gonna place it right next to the Groza at D tier. Moving on from the G11, we have another burst gun, if you want to say that. It's actually a conversion for it, and it is the M16. I have the alpha skin on it, I know. I forgot to change it. I'm sorry. The M16 here, look at it in all its glory. This gun is gonna be another S tier gun. Whenever somebody comes to my stream, they always ask me, Wild, what's your favorite AR? On that list, the M16's on that list, the AN94's on that list. I mean, even the G36 is sometimes on that list. But this video will definitely solidify what is my favorite ARs, because this M16, man, like, I love the M16. I know they're gonna revamp it soon, and for me having this much fun with it already, I know when it revamps, it's gonna be, the thing's gonna be a killer. Literally, that thing's gonna be, oh my god, I can't wait. So after the M16 here, we have the STG. I think the STG for a while was very, very OP. They like did some sort of buff to it, like it was a damage buff, and it was just ridiculous. I don't know if you guys remember that video or not, but I have it uploaded on my channel. If you haven't checked it out, go through my channel, you'll find it. It's pretty easy to find. The STG for a while was completely broken, and I still think it actually is a little bit more broken still, but it's not as bad. But when I did use it, whenever it was broken, and when I use it now, time and time again, you know, it is still fun, and I think it's a lot more fun than any of the guns in B tier. But yeah, I think I'm gonna place Sting in A tier for sure. STG A tier, yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable. After the STG, we have the TAR. Ladies and gentlemen, the TAR. What do I think about the TAR? TAR for me, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I was first grinding this thing to Damascus Gold, I didn't see the appeal until I started getting attachments on it, and then I started to see, oh my god, this gun is ridiculous. This gun is so much fun. If you haven't used a TAR 21 because it's not revamped or anything, I suggest using it, because this thing is so much fun, especially whenever you throw a hip fire build on it. Oh my god, that thing is a beam, bro. But yeah, I have a lot of fun using the TAR, so I think this is another A tier AR for sure. Next up on the list, we have here the XK416. I know it's a very big meme in the community to meme anybody who hates the XK416. I hate this gun with a burning passion, but I do have to say this. The XK416 is a really iffy gun with me, because I think the only reason why I hate the XK416 so much is because of how much I see it throughout the day whenever I'm playing the game. And it makes sense. It's a low-level weapon, you know, it's the first gun you get, so of course I'm gonna hate it, because, you know, it's the first gun. Obviously everyone has access to it, so I think that's probably why I hate it so much. But I think for that reason alone, and I think it actually is better than the M4 in terms of how much fun you can have with it. I don't know, I'd say it's definitely like on par with the M4. It's very hard to like measure this. I hate the M4 and I hate the XK. What can I say? Next gun on the list is the XK416 sniper conversion. Wait, what's that? I can't do that because they're the same gun and it doesn't count. Shut your mouth. I can do what I want. This is my tier list. The XK416 sniper or DMR conversion, whatever you want to call it, is going in the A tier category. This thing is so much fun to use when you can actually hit clips with it and whatnot. Very, very fun. I love using the XK416 sniper conversion only. Do not take me out of context. Next up, we have the FAL here. The FAL, dude. The FAL. Great gun. Very good gun. I'm just kidding. I absolutely hate this. The FAL is just one of those guns to me that just, man, it's just a pain, bro. There's absolutely nothing I love about the FAL. It's the only semi-auto AR in the entire category, unless you do, like, you know, conversions. But like stock and everything, no attachments whatsoever. It's the only one that's semi-auto, and it absolutely just sucks. But that being said, anything below, whereas, you know, D tier, F tier, all that, like, I still find the FAL more fun than those guns. So if you see any of the guns underneath and you're a FAL main, you know, I'm just saying, I think I like the FAL more than those. And now for the last and final gun. If you haven't already figured out what it is, you're gonna know what it is in a second. It is the AK-47. The AK-47, where do I place the AK-47? Level 0 gun. It's one of my favorite revamps ever, and it's literally the gun that, like, I can just grind with and just have a lot of fun. For that reason alone, the AK-47 is S tier, but I'm not just saying any S tier. The AK-47 is the #1 S tier. Don't get me wrong here, man. I love every other gun in this game. Like, I love the AN, I love the M16. Those two are also S tier. But nothing, and I mean this, nothing compares to the AK in my opinion. And I don't care if you guys come at me with those statistics and whatnot, but just understand, I just think the AK is one of the more fun ARs in the game, and it's my favorite AR in the game. Probably my favorite automatic gun in the game, honestly. I mean, there are some good ones like the MP5, the AUG, and all that other stuff, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all did enjoy today's video. If you all did, please be sure to smack that like button down below. It lets me know that you all do enjoy and would like some more content like this. But I will talk to all you beautiful, beautiful people on the next one. Later. Peace.